Yeah, yeah. We here, baby. We are here again. I got something nice for y'all today. Y'all ain't gonna even, man, something for your ears. I am your boy Five. This is another listening episode of The Streets is Ours. And I got a special guest. I got my dude here with me. We about to drop some gems. Actor, rapper, activist, a published author, my favorite rapper as well too. I got my dog in here, Country Fudge, y'all. What's happening with it, brother?
Hey, what's happening, my boy?
I'm good, baby. I'm
Yes,
gonna need
sir.
them to go ahead on and take the Q-tips and clean their ears out, cause we about to give them some. You heard me?
About to elevate the people right quick, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
Um,
right.
so look, before I even get too far into what me and you gonna go into, tell us, cause I can toot your horn all day long. I know you, so won't you tell the people about yourself a little bit?
Well, I'm a former Marine, wanted to go to Hollywood and be an actor and stuff. I've been able to master my own reality through meditation and stuff, and wrote a book about experiencing everything that I wanted to experience on this planet by the age of 35. And, just kind of made the blueprint of how other people can elevate themselves and actually do that. But I've been on a mission. I'm a chosen guide that's here on it to kind of educate and elevate people and to have them to raise their vibration to a certain level so that we can ascend on this planet. So I just pretty much been on a mission, but I've been able to just experience everything on the planet that I wanted to do up until this point. And so like I say, I love rapping. That was my first love. I kind of got off of it a little bit now since I done got a little older and got into more things, but that rapping is what I that's my love right there. That's what me and you linked up at and did a few hits together.
Yeah, yes, sir. I know that definitely for a fact. I mean, just I could say the energy that you brought, and you taught me a lot too. Like you kept me on my toes when we first met each other, and I was a knucklehead. I mean, we all was knuckleheads and shit, but you was like, straighten up, boy. This business out here. Don't fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? You don't act like this in front of new people. You can't do this in
Right.
front of new people. So you definitely gave me some life lessons. So that's why I'm always tilt my hat to you. You know what I'm saying? Always love, dog.
Man, I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, this single that is that we about to get into is off the last album I did. That's actually going with the books that I authored, and it just really just let giving people a higher conscious level and just let them know I'm elevated and how I'm elevated and the shit that I'm on. Some people would never be on, and hopefully they will be.
How does that That's damn. I don't even want to get this deep yet because I ain't even started. But all right. But how does how does it make you feel when you know that someone you love or someone you may care for is not elevated or not on a not even elevated yet, but just not even to that place to where they can understand what elevation means?
Well, I look at it like, the soul lives forever, the body don't. So
Right.
sometimes we have to come back and still learn. Like I done came back and learned probably more times than that person. So now I got it to the point that I'm ready to elevate. Sometimes people ain't in that position in that stage to be able to elevate or to even get it. So even though you love that person because you've been able to have an experience on this plane with that particular person, you love, the connections and the great things about them. It's just that those people may not be elevated. They still stuck in the trenches of the matrix. And that's fine because everybody's not going to be there just yet. Sometimes it may take a person of 2 or 3 different lifetimes to get there. That may have to just be reincarnated a few more times before they able to get it. I feel like I done did that so many times now that I'm ready to go. I'm not coming back to this plane, this 3D reality once I leave this particular experience in this body. You know.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Oh, that's perfectly explained. I can't say nothing else about that because you explained everything. Ain't no questions after that one. Shit. All right, so let's get into your book that you've recently published, The Art of Overstanding, which I really thought it was a great read. You touch on a whole bunch of things, and this ain't nothing that you just came up with a few weeks ago. This is something that you like put your heart into and worked on for a while. Can you explain the process and you know how long it took and you know give me your gems in that you can tell the people about.
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm actually an observer, and I heard Erica Badu kind of explain it one day in an interview, and she was saying 85% of the people are sheeps, and 10% of the people are controllers. 5% of the people are observers. The observers just observe everything and sit on the sideline, but they can mess it up for the 10%. So the 10% really is threatened by the people that have the same mission that I have, which is to observe and report. So I've been observing this planet ever since I've been on it, and at the beginning I didn't know that's what it was. As I got older, I realized that was my mission. So by me being able to observe things, I'm able to pick up on a lot of things and have a lot of knowledge and a lot of consciousness, and I'm able to put together a lot of things just like a detective would. So when I meet people that I'm trying to give game to and trying to elevate stuff, it's so much information and so many moving pieces that I can't explain it to somebody in a simple conversation. So the guides told me the best thing to do is I need to write a book and put everything in those books so that you can just give those books to the people and they can on their own be able to get all the information. So I had to go on the mission to write the book. So I started out writing The Art of Overstanding. But then I realized that the information that I was talking about was very bizarre. Like it's something that people wouldn't believe, like what's really going on. So I had to write another book called Keys to the Soul. So the way it works is if you read The Art of Overstanding, it'll get so deep, and then it'll give you a reference key. And the reference key, you can go to Keys to the Soul, and then you can coordinate that reference key, and you can find the book, and then it will take you to that highest level, the bizarre level, like what's really going on, the stuff that people wouldn't even believe. So it took me 7 years to put these books together. You know, it was I had to dedicate myself and just shut my social life down for the most part. You know, it's a little bit of social life, so I wouldn't go completely crazy. But it was definitely a challenge, and it definitely took a lot of obedience to actually sit there and accomplish this, you know, and to put those books together.
Yeah, I must say the way you wrote the book is genius. Like that was I that's next level. Like I never would have thought to do two books to where I can explain what I did so you can go get the reference points from another book. Like that was genius. And also just to be able to be vulnerable like that to talk about those type of things. Was that a relief for you, or was that more of a like you know you being a general and like I'm about to create an army, I gotta show people, so I gotta create an army. Like what was that feeling for you to be able to do this?
Well, it was a new mission. It was like the gods put me on this earth to do that. So it was like whether I wanted to do it or not, I had to. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
why I stuck with it. That's why I was dedicated to it, because you know people have life missions. Some of them just don't know it and not aware of those missions. And even if they are, some of them may not be serious about it. But I just knew that if I die, especially since I don't have any children, like if I die, I at least want to be able to have something out there that can help somebody else about what's really going on. Like I didn't want to have all this information and observe the planet for so long and not have anything tangible to report to people so that they can get what I already went ahead and done. It's almost like somebody going to college and learning to be something, getting the information, and then coming back and sharing it with other people. Other than that, it would just be a useless mission to not be able to benefit others from it. So yeah, it was just something I had to do the show.
That's word. And how do you feel about when you're pushing your message? Uh, I'm using loose terms, Banu, but you know how I feel the same way you feel. But when you're
Right.
doing what you're doing in order to get the message across to certain people, um, when it's, and I know I asked this question already, so I'm re-asking it, maybe get a different response. When it's not received well, how do you go about still continuing doing what you're doing? I know you don't lose faith in it.
Nah. See, the thing I overstand as well. Like I said, I'm an overstander, so I gotta realize that the information, like we as people hadn't been programmed so long to operate in that lower vibration, and so it's not something, when people been taught something for so long, and the elites and the Illuminati and the Matrix has played a role in human life for so long. I can't expect for something like that to be overnight, to be turned, people's mind overnight. So I'm trying different methods to try to see and cover all bases. So that's why I did the album, which really touches on, a lot of things that go on this planet. And then I wrote the books, which, I know reading is fundamental, but it ain't fun for a lot of people. So a lot of people don't read, But if you do want to read, it's there. But I'm working on a TV series right now that I'm almost finished with. I've been working on that for over a year, and this is another way of being able to get that information out. So when one way doesn't work, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but if it only reaches a certain amount of people, then I'm gonna try a different way to reach another certain amount of people, and then from there, I have other tactics, whatever the guys are telling me and direct me to do. But I can't really get caught up and discouraged about how many people get the message. My thing is I have to make sure I present the message, and the rest of it is out of my hand, really. I can just do what I need to do to present it, and make sure that I have the books tangible, have the script, TV show ready, and hopefully I can get that off the ground and get it out there for people. But that, I can't be upset about things or trip on things that I can't control at that point.
Okay. What about? Okay, let's get into social media, and me and you we're the same age, and we grew up where this didn't exist, and now all of a sudden, it's the go-to thing. You see guys telling on themselves. You see women out here exposing themselves, and the whole time you have certain people that's giving out the same information that you're giving out. I myself was one of those people. It drove me crazy that nobody didn't, like, I ain't gonna say accept it, but like didn't listen. It made me feel like I was an outcast, but I still stuck to my path. My path. Like, how does social media play a role as far as what you're doing?
Well, I mean, it's benefits, and there's disadvantages to pretty much everything, and social media is no different. But for as the benefits of it is, like, I think some people, are starting, more and more people are starting to become conscious and starting to put out conscious information where you wouldn't be able to get that anywhere else. Like, you're not about to turn on CNN and somebody is saying things that's going to really impact people. And sometimes stuff take a little time. So, it takes time for certain people to get it. It may be certain algorithms that can get it to more people. It may be where a lot of folks wasn't able to listen to your stuff, or some of the people that did just wasn't ready yet. But I think, but you're starting to get more and more people that talk about stuff on a conscious level, or more podcasts and things are out there where people can get that information. Like even what you're doing right now is, you know, you have a podcast and we talking about some conscious stuff right now, and I think that's still contributing, even no matter how many, no matter the small amount of people that's listening or to a large amount, you're still a part of this whole wave of consciousness and trying to get us to elevate our vibration, because the earth is moving into a position now where we're going to have to raise our vibration. You can't save everybody. You know, you can't. The people that's designed for that, the people that put the energy out for this type of information, they're going to come across your station. They're going to come across certain things. But people that don't put out that information, you know, they're not going to get it. They're not going to want to get it. But when the earth get to the position where the conscious level has to be at a certain level and these people ain't there, it's going to be a wrap for them. So, you know, that's just what it is. But
damn, that don't make you sad a little bit? You ain't sad a little bit for them people?
Well, but see, I know that's the process of certain things. You know, that's just with anything. You're gonna have people that's gonna be ready for certain things, and people that ain't gonna be ready for certain things. You know, I ran a marathon. I know running the marathon that some people weren't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people did, but some people weren't gonna make it, because that's a part of the game. That's a part of the process. You know. Of course, you would like for everyone to make it and everyone to ascend, but that's not a part of the game. That's not a part of the reality. Some people just not, you know. And I used to deal with that a lot too. Is just trying to make sure everybody get it. I want everybody to ascend and stuff, and that'll drive you crazy, because that's just not a reality. Some people just have to come back and do it again, or some people gonna get left behind, or like war, some people gonna die. Yeah. You know, that's a part of it. You know, you can't go into war and think everybody gonna come back alive. That ain't a part of the game. So that turned me, you know, so when you overstand, you know, you can't, you know, it doesn't make you as sad, because that's a part of it. And plus, you know, we souls, we not really these bodies, so we keep on doing this thing. So it ain't like the end just because they ain't get it this time. Or, you know, they didn't sin. We going on to another situation, another plane. They just have to still be in a 3D dense reality again. And we done descended to another situation. So, you know, that's just what it is.
Yeah, I believe, the way I think, because I'm about to expose myself a little bit. Real life, because I've been in so many situations where I know I should be dead. I think I'm just in a different reality where I died, but yet because the energy of my soul, like, I'm still in this body. I died in that time, but I'm still here in this time. Am I explaining this right? If you understand what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but see, the thing is, you have parallel realities.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not living in that reality no more. In that reality, I'm dead. In this one, I'm still alive, and it's like, man, I done died at least 4 times, and
right,
it bothers
your body
me.
Died. Your body died, but not who you is. Not tough. Not your soul. You know, and the energy that you connected to everything. And so you have different realities and different dimensions on different parallel universes. So you could have been, you know, it might have been 2 or 3 of you done died in different in different parallel realities and stuff. And you just real conscious about this one, but you still conscious in another realm of reality right now too as well. And like I say, you can't really die. Is your body can. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's a reality that they don't want us to really tap into, because that makes us uncontrollable. And so, you know, that's one of the reasons why I had to write the other book, because now we on that level. We getting into that level now. So there's levels to this.
Yeah. All right, so let's, which you already, you wrote, like I said, you wrote this book years ago, but the gun control thing, and I mean, right now they got all these mass shootings that's going on in America, and you've been talked about the popularity of guns, and we can make this racial, because we know why black people got guns, and we know why white people got guns. But that you wrote that chapter, that whole little thing on gun control, like, elaborate a little bit on your end, and I want to say something too about it, but I want you to speak your end on it.
Yeah, see, in the book, it really goes for a global situation, but it's mostly based upon America. So America, is a little bit different than other places around the world. We got way, way more guns than anybody on the planet. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? And like you said earlier, there's a lot of guns, illegal guns in the black community, mixed with gangster rap and drugs and stuff, so that we can kill ourselves and fill up the prison and then make the prison industrial complex rich. So you have that. You got a lot of white people. They do a lot of shooting and mass shooting and things as well. But you see, they not trying to control the guns. They not trying to take the guns off the street. They want to continue to have First Amendment, because they know that the government at any time can try to overthrow or try to attack the citizens. And so they want to stay ready too. That's what the white people is about. That's why they want to protect their First Amendment, because they know at any time, if there's a war, if there's anything going on, if there's any chaos, that they have their guns to be able to try to protect themselves against
Right.
any militia that may
Right.
pop up. So you got different reasons why they still having these guns, but they want this to continue to be a theme, because one, they don't have to publicize it every time in the news. They didn't want people to be aware of it. And two, there's some measures that I think they can do to really, really, really stop a lot of this mass shooting.
Yeah, I totally agree. But it's what's okay? They saying that they can't find a solution. We know the solution to it, but they won't say the solution. Why do you think that the media of America won't just say what it is versus what we know what it is? Why is that an agenda that people don't see this being pushed?
Because we believe in the news. See, we don't know that the news is really an arm of the Illuminati to be able to control our minds and tell us what the truth and facts is, and then they can hide the truth and make us dumb and ignorant to what they want us to believe is the truth. So that's why the media plays a role in it, and so that's why the media can, whenever there's a white person doing something, they saying they can't do anything about gun control. But I guarantee, but you saw when that black dude came and he was shooting up those Asian parlors and stuff, the president came out the next 2 or 3 days or whatever and signed an executive order making it a hate crime against Asians and all that other stuff. So, you can see how if they really want to do something, they could. They expose themselves a little bit with certain things that they do to show you that it's all the game. And if they really wanted to do some things about it, they would. But people in this country ready for war. They ready for the American to turn on them, and that's why they keep their guns and stuff handy and stuff. And then, there's a lot of drugs in this country, and we in this country is we just so on high horse about certain things, and we have a lot of depressions about it. We have so many privileges. We consider ourselves the richest country. We so uppity about certain things. So now we sensitive about stuff. We got to feel like we got to have the nicest stuff, and then if we don't, that's a problem. So you go to other countries, man. It's not really that type of pressure that's out there. And you put that along with some of the music that we have for as black people. You don't see this type of music on country stations and stuff that's promoting violence. But you still have depression, and you have a whole lot of drugs, and you're going to have a whole lot of these problems. So, that's why if you go to Australia and different places like that, man, they don't have they don't have mass shootings like we do, So,
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think there is a war that's waged on black people in America?
Oh yeah, now see, there's levels to that now, and that's what this series that I'm writing is about. But see, there's been a war waged on black people, because reptilians been running this planet for a long time, and they feed off of black people. They feed off of negative emotions, like negative vibration is what they feed off of. You know how misery love company in a way. So imagine those type of people need that as a source, as they source of energy. They need other people to be miserable. So these reptilians that look like lizards that can shift shape into humans, or the lizard form, imagine like a ninja turtle without the shell. That's the kind of one of the closest what they are. And like I say, a lot of them can shift shape, and they can change into human forms and make us feel like we're really talking to a human, and they're not. But they're not the only ones that can do that. So there's a lot of things that walk around this planet we think are human that are not. But these reptilians, they partake in other races too, but they really like blacks, you know.
Yeah, because
melanated
we've
people.
been taught to be negative. We've been we are the energy for them. So
Yeah,
okay,
that's the reason. That's the reason why they're not changing the music in our station. That's why if you listen to country music, you're not about to hear all that stuff. A lot of folks in this country die off of meth and stuff like that, but you ain't heard no song on the radio where they talking about cooking up meth. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You know what
can you
I'm saying?
can you give us a story about a reptilian you ran into and that you saw and was like, oh hell no? You ain't got
Well,
to
I
go in
have.
depth, but I mean, just
Well, in the book, right? Because see, what we as powerful people, as black people, what they don't want us to know, and why they try to keep us from that. Like I say, one is is for the food and the resources for the reptilian, but two is that we're able to project and make our own reality. Like we really that strong and powerful that if we meditate on what we want, it's gonna come to us. And so I've been doing a lot of studying on the reptilians, and I've I've had people that have met these type of these entities. I myself didn't never run into one. So what I was asking, I was like, I want to see one of these shift shaping type aliens. I want to see one of these. So one day, my boy, and I got this in the book, and I have a picture of it, but he was watching TV, and it was a guy on a podium speaking to a crowd, and there was a lady beside him, and his face had a glitch in it. And so my boy rewinded, and he took a picture of the television, and he sent it to me. He said, "Hey man, this dude got something happened to the side of his face. It was like a little glitch on it. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna send it to you." So he sent it to me. I get the photo. I blow the photo up, and I can see the eyes and the mouth and the cheeks of a rep of a. It looked like a gray. It looked like one of those grays, but it definitely was an alien that was projecting a human hologram, and I could see it clear as day, and I put it in the book. So I was able to then get my answer of seeing one of those. Now I'm not saying that was a particular reptilian, because they are other entities that can do that. But there are I have had other people that have witnessed this. I've done a lot of research on these things, and know that we are controlled mostly by these reptilians, but we are Anunnaki gods. And then you have also underground civilizations that's been assisting in our evolution for years as well, and that's what's keeping the reptilians from completely taking over the world and doing what they want to do. We still have allies here, but make no mistake that they keep us in shambles and keep us suppressed for their sources, for their food source.
I kind of heard that's the way the global warming thing going, so they can come out. That's why they making it more hotter, so they can come out. That's one of the things I've heard. Could be true, not be true. As far as I asked you the question about, have you seen one? The deep fake thing, the technology. You said your homie saw something on TV, things like that. Like it could be deep fake with technology. Now they got the voice changing thing with technology. I mean, how can you see something and believe that that's real versus,
Well, the thing is, like I say, when you put out certain things, you'll get information. Now I've talked to people that just somehow just came and talked to me and told me about just certain things because I'm not able to witness it. I was still brought the information from other people. So I have talked to people that have seen a reptilian come to their door, and they open the door and they done seen them, or they can come and they communicate with them telepathically, and they can appear and they can disappear. I even had my brother call me one time and say he saw a dude turn into a cat and start walking down the street. He was crying and everything when he told me this. Then this was like maybe 5 years ago. And, my brother was like 30, 32, 33 when this happened. So he was grown now. But yeah, like I even seen someone on TikTok said, this lady said, hey, I just saw this man turn into a dog. But see, I know that stuff exists. I know that. And if I want to get information, instead of, even if I don't get to see it and witness it personally, I will have another entity come up to me and verify from their own experience. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it works sometimes. Now, if it's really meant for me to actually see these things myself, then it's gonna happen. But if not, I still done enough research to know these things happen, and then I get confirmation through other people just coming up to me and saying it. Like, it'd be kind of weird on how it actually occurs, but at the end of the day, the information that I was looking for has came to me.
Okay, that's all right. That's legit right there. That's all right. Well, let me ask you another question. How when they say that we are in a matrix, because everybody's seen the movie Matrix, and you understand that you're in a false reality, and for us to see things like this, that means somebody over us is generating these things so we can see it. A guy turning into a cat, a woman turning into a dog or whatever. Just the things that's going on right now today. Would you say that we are in a matrix, or how would you explain this in your own words?
Well, we technically like is in a simulation reality, because nothing is solid. It's just stuff that we agree upon. So have you ever put on those virtual reality games and stuff? You can put it over your face, and then you can see the games.
Yeah.
You can look all around you, and you can see everything from a 360 degree, and it look like you're actually in that reality. That's kind of the same thing that we're in now because of our eyes and what we can see in this dimension. Until we unlock our third eye and we raise our vibration up to that level where we can see things with our third eye, then we can see into different dimensions. But just how these video games are actually a virtual reality, that's pretty much kind of what we're living in on this planet. And like I say, nothing is solid. Everything is always moving. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. So that energy can be manipulated, it can be transferred, it can't be destroyed, but it can be shifted. And so everything runs off of energy. And the matrix is kind of complicated. It have many different phases to it, but one of the things is that, especially in America, that we buy into what we see on television and what we feel that is doing good. Like, if you got 2 or 3 cars, you're doing good. If you don't have a house, then you homeless, you're doing bad. And people tap into that matrix, and that's one of the things that's messed up with relationships nowadays too, is that you got women that's making money now, but they want to tap into the matrix of I want a man that has more money than me or that's successful, because that's what society or the matrix is saying that I, which is a good end, and I deserve that.
Hold. That's a whole different man. Look,
that's
man. We can go into a whole nother thing on that one, cause boy, I go in on that bit. Look.
So that's a whole. I appreciate you putting me back on that one.
Yeah, we love our women, you dig, and
and I was just using that as an example, because men got certain issues. Tap into the matrix too. We want women of a certain type, and then
because the matrix told you that's what you needed, but
that's what you needed and stuff like that. So that's what it. is when it taps into mental of how you feel about yourself. Like, you got a lot of folks that's depressed, man. A lot of folks ready to commit suicide if they haven't already, because of buying into the matrix of feeling good and bad about yourself, according to what
society
what
say,
happened.
yeah.
Right, but see, society has been manipulated to feel this way, to say that, and a lot of it stems from us being able to be driven by the entertainment system, the entertainment world, and that's why entertainment is so important to these elite, and that's why it's been controlled, and certain people have to, take oaths and stuff like that and kind of uphold what's going on, and what you seeing on television is going into your psyche. What you hearing on the radio is going into your psyche, even subconsciously.
Is that the new this new drug of fame? Well, I'm gonna call it clout. They been said it, the fame, clout, whatever it is. This new drug that everybody wants, and they don't even understand what it consists of. Like, you got guys committing robberies, murders. It's all, and then they go talk about it on social media. Like, what type of energy is that? And then, like, how does that go into, like, I know you talked about this too in your book. Like, how does that go into the matrix of how it's working against people that's trying to show y'all, like, this is the false reality we living in?
Let me do it from, like, let's say I feel you. That's a great. Now, let's just say I'm the Illuminati, and I'm like, okay, I want to change the dynamic of humans and how they think. Because at first, you only had, like, Hollywood people that was famous before YouTube and all that other stuff. You were just really famous. Like, you had to go and be famous. You had to have talent. You had to, go to acting school and all that, and you were in movies and TV shows, and people honored that because they knew that was something that was not unattainable for them. So they worshiped that sort of stuff, and they stayed in their lane. But then you had these reality shows that came in, and that's when it really first started. Well, you got regular, normal people now off the street becoming famous. And now you don't have to be a Hollywood star to be famous. And then that went into social media, where people can have their own OnlyFans and TikToks and stuff like that. So now you have the pup feeling like, now, well, hell, I can be famous, as opposed to, so you used to be insecure about that sort of stuff, and you stayed in your lane, and you allowed the entertaining people to be entertainers. But now you done open it up to making everybody feel that they can be rappers. You're making everybody feel like they could be famous. And so now, since Joe Blow is famous and he regular too, I want that same clout. I'm going to do whatever I can for him, because it's possible now. I feel it's possible now. I didn't feel it was possible 25 years ago without this internet and all that other stuff, because other people around me wasn't famous or getting famous for no reason, or regular people was.
That's not famous, though. That's clout. That's not famous. You just...
But see, now you got people that's chasing likes, and people that have a whole lot of different likes. But what I'm saying, you got people that's making a lot of money on these internet stuff. Whether it's clout or whatever, it's still they being recognized for it, and that's becoming the drug that I can be recognized, as opposed to me not even thinking that was possible 20 years ago.
Okay, see, that's the problem. It's a drug now, because now you saying this person got it, and now you want to do it, and now you teaching to somebody else, and everybody, now all of a sudden it's a drug that everybody want to be internet famous, when everybody can't make it. Like the rap game, everybody can't make it. Like being an actor, everybody can't make it. But everybody trying to do it, and now I can visually see you making an ass out of yourself, and you're not gonna become famous.
But see, it's so many people that done made an ass out of themselves and have became viral. You see what I'm saying? Then they'll go on the news and be like, we got a viral video of this person doing that. That's why you get crazy people, 2 girls in 1 cup. That was the weirdest shit ever.
Oh boy, that shit fucked us up as youngsters, boy.
Yeah, for real though. Like, they must see people would do anything to be able to be that. That's how bad it got. Where you sitting there, you eating boo boo out of a cup and shit just to be famous. That's how bad it's got for attention. Because look, I work with kids, man.
Yeah.
And one thing about kids want attention. And then really, and if they don't get it, they gonna do everything for it. Now, if I come in with some of these, when I go talk to these kids and teach these kids, if I give one a sticker, that set the whole room off. Everybody want a sticker, even if they didn't do what was required to sticker.
We can't.
Some of them kids grow. Go ahead.
We can't celebrate mediocrity. If you ain't do nothing to earn the sticker, I can't give it to you. And I'm sorry, it's harsh, but see, I give it to the parents on that level too. Like, he ain't earned a sticker. It is what it is. See, it goes back to. We can go back to the book and everything with this, man, and what's going on in the world. Like, it's changed to where everybody should be accepted for what they are. Everybody should get a sticker for what they do, and it don't work like that. You still got the people out here that know what it consists of. You still got the people out here that know how to move and shake. But then why would I reward the people that's over there being dumb and doing dumb shit, and now they getting rewarded, and y'all rewarding them at the same level that a hard worker is being rewarded at? And then not only that, it's more of a the way man, I'm all right. I want to say go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
That's a part of the reptilians controlling us doing that. Because once you make that a dynamic, when you start rewarding mediocrity and stuff, that has an effect too. You see what I'm saying? And then that effect is taking over. And now people that's working hard, their stuff is being diluted now. You see what I'm saying? Now people don't even want to work hard for fame. They just want to be famous, you know. And like I say, these kids, some of these kids grow up to be adults with the same internal feeling. Like, yeah, okay, well, this person here that made it famous doing this person doing that. You know, I can't tell you how many countless people here when I moved to Atlanta from LA, how many countless people that just want to be famous and be on TV and want to act without going to classes because somebody else was an influencer or whatever, and they got on set and they did pretty good, or they had, you know, they have to go through the process. So people rather not go through the hard work. They just want that microwave success right quick because somebody else did it. You know, and like I say, that's been one of the biggest problems. But people don't realize that sometimes that's manipulated from the top to be able to have an effect on society, and folks don't realize that that's what's going on.
Yeah. Well, man, look. To have my dude on here, man, we'll chop this bitch up for 2 hours on some real deal shit. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My boy Countryfied, y'all. Y'all got to put an ear out. Y'all got to go listen to him. Go hear him. Where they can find you at. But look, the book of The Art of Overstanding.
Yeah, The Art of Overstanding and Keys to the Soul are the names of the books. And the website is www.theartofoverstanding.com. Or you can text the word overstand, OVERSTAND, to 545454. If you text that keyword to that number, overstand, to 545454, it will give you you'll receive a text that will send you directly to the website. And you can go on there, you can check out the books, and you can see those things. You can also order the album that comes with it. If you wanted to go to my personal website, it's countryfied.org. That's COUNTRIFIED.org. So that's where you can find me at. You know, I'm on all social media. It's Countryfied Wedman, WEDMAN. So that's on the Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. But yeah, so that's where you can find me at.
Hey, we gonna have to chop up another conversation, bro, because I got some more I want to talk about. But I appreciate you coming and talk to me, bless me with your time, bro. It's always love.
Yeah. Hey, let's not forget, bro. We need to pop that elevated. We need to pop that elevated on to the crowd, man, so they can understand what it is when it comes with me with these lyrics. Because one thing about me when it comes to music, you know, I like to stay on concept. I like to actually prove a point and stay on point of what it is that I talk about. That's one thing about me and the album that I got coming out with the books. I wanted to make sure it's 15 songs and none of the songs are similar to what's out today, which I think the three main topics is partying, drugs, and violence. And I just wanted to make sure the album that didn't touch on any of that, and everything was educational. It's a listening album. And so, once we get into Elevated, you'll start to see, what it means to me to be elevated, and how I develop my character to be elevated. And hopefully, you'll be on what I'm on, but most of the people, the shit that I'm on, they would never be on.
Yes, sir. And
Sir.
that's it. That's my boy Countrified, man. Look, go tap in The Art of Overstanding. He gave y'all the links for the book and everything, man. It's always love, bro. I appreciate you. And this is another episode of The Streets is Eyes, you heard me. And we gonna holler back at y'all when we holler back. One.
Already.